When I was younger, I always wanted to work alone. It was easier to not deal with the opinions of other people as well as do what I wanted to do. And it was awesome. To you guys, I might have seemed like the average main character in a Disney movie. I despise the idea of teamwork as it seemed both complicated and unnecessary. This lifestyle might have seemed okay to a few people, however, in reality, I was slacking compared to the rest of my peers. Curiosity eventually overcame me as I wondered what to do to bounce up to the same level as the rest of the class. I observed multiple aspects of how they completed tasks, and over time I noticed a big difference between my classmates and I. They prioritized teamwork while I didn't. So I decided to try teaming with other people in order to get things done. And long story short, it worked. My grades slowly but surely started to climb up, and I also discovered a newfound joy of mine, teamwork. Today, you and I will be discussing the importance of working with others in order to break barriers. Let's kick this speech off with a show of hands. Raise your hand if you believe that major boundaries are much easier to challenge when you're doing it with a good team. Most of you guys, right? Now, I was not talking about small, simple tasks, but however, I was talking about major projects or unfair barriers. The results of this experiment were quite predictable, as they were backed up by both research and evidence. According to a study done by Stanford University, groups of people who work together effectively have a 50% increased efficiency rate when it comes to completing tasks. This piece of evidence proves that teamwork is essential in order to get things done. Working with other people may seem scary at first, but it helps a lot in order to be productive. An example of teamwork in my life is when I decided to sell plums for my family's plum tree every summer, even though I was 8 years old. However, there was a stereotype present in my neighborhood. Youth couldn't start businesses. I was extremely determined to prove the stigma wrong, even though it was quite strong. So, I gathered a couple of neighbors to help prepare the start of the business. Some of us worked on the poster, others collected and bagged the plums, and the rest of us were in charge of the looks of the stand. We worked very hard to set up the counter until it was finally ready. We placed the stall in a busy corner and had one person wave the cars towards the stand. However, not a single walker or vehicle pulled over or even gave our business a chance, until we decided that all of us should try waving the cars to the stand. People still walked away from us, but we kept trying as we knew that this would eventually work. And that got us our first sale. It was a packed car with a lot of kids, and they seemed to show a lot of interest in our business. They pulled over, asked for a lot of plums, and we were more than happy to give it to them. Once they left, we let our excitement spill out. Soon after, more and more cars started to pull over, and we made more and more sales. There was a point where we made 3 different sales at the same time. We ended up selling out that day, and we were overjoyed. Every summer to this day, when the plums grow from our plum tree, we set up a stall to sell them, and the people still love them. I believe that without my great team, our stand would not exist, and the stereotype when it comes to kids starting businesses would remain unchallenged. Now, while it might seem easier to work alone at times, I am asking that you guys prioritize teamwork. It can help solve major problems, finish projects, and most importantly, break barriers. As we saw, it was proven by both scientific research and real-life experiences. I mean, just imagine how much more united we all would be if we all worked together to push boundaries. A lot of problems we have now wouldn't even exist. So this is why I'm asking all of you to dip your foot in the water when it comes to teamwork. Let's prevent future conflicts, create better lives, and overall make the world a better place. Let's do it together. Thank you.